What would you say if someone asked you, is there a heritage alcohol that is unique to India and is widely made and consumed in India? Cashew Fenny, perhaps, the fruit-based distilled spirit? Toddy, the palm tree sap that's fermented? How about something that is a national treasure of India and hidden in plain sight? Mahua. I am privileged to introduce you to a national treasure that is exquisite tasting and is a flower-based distilled spirit, versions of which have been made for hundreds of years by tens of millions of tribals in the central forest belt of India. I will also share a glimpse of my serendipitous landing up in the field of Indian craft alcohol and how I developed an intimate relationship with this heritage elixir, Mahua, which I am championing as India's national spirit because it's the most qualified candidate I can think of. The theme today is untagged. I have worn so many tags in my life that I'm de facto untagged. Despite my middle-class upbringing, I have generally done whatever I chose, whenever I chose, and with whomsoever I chose. I have variously been a scientist, an engineer, a filmmaker, a computer software specialist, and now an alcohol alchemist. So how did I stumble into and then get passionately involved in the making of Indian craft alcohol? Having shifted base back to India after 18 years in the US, I was looking to stock my home bar in Bombay in the year 2000. I found it extremely difficult to find even a basic tequila. I wondered, why is tequila made in just one country? On the internet, I was super excited to find that the blue-green agave plants from which tequila is made were very, very similar to plants that I had seen during my childhood travels in India. I immediately did some quick and dirty, common sense botanical detective work. I compared latitudes, soil, temperatures, altitude, and rainfall. And I found a perfect geoclimatic match between the agave growing regions in Mexico and the Deccan Plateau in India. That was my big aha moment. Thus began my 19-year craft alcohol adventure in India. 4 years of research followed by finding blue-green agave on the Deccan Plateau, followed by 4 years of R&D, followed by 4 years of raising money, finding an environmentally friendly location, getting innumerable permissions, co-designing and building a greenfield craft distillery in rural Andhra Pradesh. I could go on, but I will just say in the year 2011, I was really happy when I released our first 4 products in Goa. From the get-go, I was determined to build an innovation-driven international quality brand, taking an anti-corruption and an anti-pollution stance in one of the most regulated sectors in India. Our path-breaking craft alcohol company made its national and international reputation by producing field-to-bottle agave spirits and cane spirit under the brand name Desmond G or DJ. Our innovative products now have more than a 35% market share in the few markets we've entered, and 2 of our spirits are currently being exported to the US and Europe. And now let's move on to the main reason I'm here, which is Mahua. What is Mahua and what is its role in the lives of the tribals of central India? Mahua is a spirit made from the sun-dried, nectar-rich flowers of the Mahua tree, which primarily grows in central India and nowhere else in the world. Almost nowhere. The Mahua trees flower for a month during March through May. Just a few weeks ago, I was traveling through Jharkhand, Odisha, and Chhattisgarh with my colleague Conrad Braganza and visiting forests and villages during the Mahua flowering season, which is going on as we speak. Most of these pictures are from this exciting trip. Easily over 100 million kilograms of Mahua flowers are harvested and sold every year. That's right. Over 95% of those flowers are distilled by tribal people and consumed locally. Mahua seeds, which are a source of edible oils, are also harvested and sold by tribal people. The Mahua tree is one of the most important sources of livelihood of Adivasis like the Santals, the Gond, the Bhils. It provides them with food, medicine, and drink. Forests may be cleared for agriculture and habitation, but Mahua trees are left alone by the tribals, with the ownership of the trees staying within a family. And the sun-dried flowers are a ready source of cash, like an ATM, one of these tribals told me. Another Adivasi told me that 10 good Mahua trees could take care of his family of 4 for 1 year. So for centuries, Central Indian tribes have been consuming single distilled Mahua spirit made in homemade pot stills. The tribal women play a key role in these processes, with the bulk of the routine distilling done by women. Mahua spirit is a tribal drink of choice for almost every community get-together, whether it's births, deaths, marriages, or any other festive occasions. Many tribal folk tales, folk songs, and much folk art involving animals, birds, deities, and demons feature Mahua as a key plot element. There are folk tales with cute names like the owl and the peacock, the flying elephant, and tipsy messengers of death. The very first Mahua tree that I saw that was flowering found me competing with a goat and a cow for the nectar-rich flowers which were dropping from the tree in front of me. It is, however, sad to note that the cash poor and typically undereducated tribal people often sell these flowers that they harvest at high season for a low price, and then a few months later buy them back from traders for double the price. From the colonial era till today, tribal Mahua spirit making has been totally controlled by authorities, often made illegal and a matter of shame. So Mahua clearly plays the key economic and cultural role in the life of tribals in central India. The population of tens of millions spread across 13 states out of 29 Indian states. You see the purple heart in the map? That's Mahua country. From Rajasthan and Gujarat in the west, sweeping through the central belt of India, through Nagpur, all the way to Bengal in the east. Let me tell you about my first encounter with Mahua in the year 2001, in the vicinity of Daman, just outside of Gujarat. I heard about a tribal drink that was made from flowers called Mahua, which I had never heard of before. Curiosity aroused, I searched the dingy side streets outside of Daman and eventually sourced a cloudy liquid in a dirty plastic bottle. Gingerly sipping it, I realized that this liquid, this floral bouquet liquid, could most likely be made into an amazing spirit. But at that time, I was completely absorbed with my agave trip. 12 years later, in the year 2013, after our artisanal alcohols had started making waves in the national and international press, I initiated the daunting task of getting many permissions necessary to make an official Mahua. In parallel, Conrad and I started experimenting with Mahua. We first searched hard for Mahua flowers in rural eastern Maharashtra, where the villagers viewed us with suspicion. I have a distinct memory of savoring the first few drops that came out of our homemade apparatus. They were absolutely heavenly. Our forest to bottle product is smooth, clear, and of international quality. High quality Mahua spirit is a unique addition to the bar shelves of the world. It is the base of liqueurs, one of which I created, and of any number of fizzy drinks and fruit juice-based cocktails. I claim that it is the only member of a new global alcohol category, distilled spirit made from naturally sweet flowers. I hope you realize the global marketing potential of this versatile, one-of-a-kind, black swan, blue ocean product of India with a brand story, a cultural brand story that makes marketers salivate. Strategically, our branded Mahua products are riding on the shoulders of our compelling brand story and our reputation for excellence, a reputation that we've carefully built up and nurtured since 2011. We were finally, after over 5 years of effort, able to get Mahua officially allowed as a non-country liquor in the state of Andhra Pradesh for manufacture and Goa for sale. We released these 2 Mahua products in Goa in 2011. They have recently become available in Karnataka. We are close to opening up Maharashtra and other markets in India, and we are fielding inquiries from importers abroad. To top it all, our Mahua products won a gold medal for Indigenous Product Debut of the Year in late 2018, less than 6 months after we introduced it. This is the first time since the official suppression of Mahua and its relegation to country liquor status that Mahua is earning a national and international respectability. Mahua is in effect getting untagged. What is my long-term vision for Mahua? I hope to see a lot of things. Free trade of Mahua flowers without authorities exercising control. They do not exercise control on sugarcane, on cashew fruit, which are also used to make alcohol. Heritage alcohols like Mahua should get a preferential tax treatment, less than Indian-made liquor and more than country alcohol. This is a policy change that I'm working with state governments, bureaucrats, and as well as central government people to effect. I would like to see better prices for bulk Mahua given to tribals for hygienic Mahua. Significantly larger markets for food-grade Mahua, for foodstuffs. Mahua-inspired tourism in the tribal belt of India. Month-long cultural festivals involving Mahua during Mahua flowering season. Year-round Mahua distillery tours. Tribal arts and crafts outlets that sell a quality Mahua made by tribals. International quality Mahua spirit-based products available in the top bars and duty-free shops around the world. Non-resident Indians and tourists taking back a proudly made in India Mahua to their countries as gifts. Mahua manufacturers, especially those of tribal origin, building Mahua brands, quality brands. Mahua declared as a regional heritage spirit of India, and then eventually as India's national spirit. The end goal of all this is to try and get a geographical indication or a GI for this unique, only in India product. And last but not the least, when people around the world hear the word Mahua, they should think India. I was likely invited to speak in this forum because of my unanticipated but hard-earned status as the senior-most official craft alcohol maker. And then thanks to my passionate affair with Indian heritage Mahua, our company is now positioned at the intersection of craft alcohol and heritage alcohol. This all seems very far away from my very first memory of encountering alcohol. In the mid-1960s, in once green Malad, a suburb of Bombay, my teetotaling family rented a house on the main road. Right next to us, to our luck, my luck, was a distiller, a moonshine maker, a person who fermented palm sap, and the emanations from the neighboring compound suffused the breeze and filled my 6-year-old nostrils and linger in my memory till today. Could I have been imprinted psychologically by this, I wonder? I urge all of you to join me in the emerging pan-India movement to free Mahua and other heritage alcohols of India from their chains and eventually to anoint Mahua as India's national spirit. Cheers, one and all. Viva Mahua!